Hey Max Leads. So in part one, we covered the different pain sensations that you experience and how your body automatically reacts to them. In this video, we're going to focus on what are the steps you need to follow in order to effectively recover from an injury. So what do we do in this situation? Well, the first thing that you want to do is to make sure that you lay off of that injured area. So protect it, allow it time to heal, because in that moment it's going through the process of giving you feedback. It's telling you there's something wrong with this area and we need to fix it. So you don't want to just keep working that area when you may not know what the actual injury is. So make sure that you heal yourself. The second thing that you want to do is you want to understand the nature of your injury. So what that basically means is that when you have an injury, once again, we're going to go over to that knee injury for a second. If you have a knee injury, you want to ask yourself, how are you experiencing the pain? Is the pain constant no matter what I do? Is the pain only when I put my knee in a certain position? Or is the pain when I put certain pressure on that area? Once you can decipher what type of pain you're experiencing, then you start to know what movements you can avoid. But you actually have to test it. The first step is focus on mobility and positioning. So if we're dealing with that injured knee, start moving the leg up and down in terms of bending and straightening it. You want to make sure you're doing this when you're off your feet. You don't want to do this in a standing position because you can be very unstable. So it's better to sit down or lay down and really test the different positions of the knee and see if you experience any pain. The second step is to now focus on any type of pressure or resistance. So putting some weight onto the leg or onto the knee in this case. Do you experience pain there? If you are experiencing pain, how much pain are you experiencing and how much pressure is needed to activate or aggravate that injury? And finally, once your injury has healed, it is now important for you to retrain your body's system of movement. What usually happens is that when we have an injury and then our body starts to automatically adjust to the injury, our body keeps acting like we still have an injury even after we've healed. So we now have to train our body. So that's one of the things that physical therapists may do. They'll start to retrain that part of the body for movement. But what we actually need to do and continue to do is to actually retrain our pattern of movement. So if you injured your knee and you were favoring your left leg, you now have to understand your left leg has a lot more pressure. So we need to make sure we shift the weight back to that, newly recovered leg so that that body can get used to moving back and forth between legs and not put all of that pressure on one leg. Otherwise, eventually, you'll injure that other leg as well. First, allow yourself to heal. Secondly, start to understand the nature of your injury. So test it by mobility, so moving the knee up and down or putting it in different positions to see what type of pain sensations you get. And then number 3, retrain your body's system of movement. So essentially teach yourself how to move the way you used to before all of this happened. Thank you very much, guys, for listening, and until next time, you max your life.